Okay, Shalom, 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 Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rchahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Hanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edified by the Spirit. And so I'm sure a lot of you have seen this video of this New Jersey firefighter, right? Exposing his wife for cheating, you know what I'm saying, while he was at his birthday party. If you're familiar with it, you know what I'm saying. If not, I could play one of these shorts. But I wanted to go off into, I was looking at it again in an article. But just looking at the comments and how the women are responding is just, hey, they're either, they're either habitual cheaters themselves, or we get it. It's the feminism thing, it's the sisterhood, because a lot of the comments, they're not saying, yeah, that bitch is nasty, she's wrong for what she done, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't look at the backdrop of it, you know what I'm saying? And, the Lord, he gives us some of that information through the Spirit, even though because his thoughts are higher than our thoughts, his ways are higher than our ways. So when we look through some of these things, the average person that's doing something like this, they don't think how far into it as far as like how it can destroy a motherfucker, like for real. Because let's just say the guy that she was dealing with was a jealous guy. She could have got her husband killed along with the children, and she was, whatever she was doing, because the guy, in the video, he clearly said he had evidence, you know what I'm saying? Do you want me to show everybody? So obviously he had some evidence, and she lucky he didn't throw the shit up on a jumbotron in the backdrop, because I was thinking that's what he was going to do. Which would have been scandalous, like, you know what I'm saying, you got camera work or the freak off, you know what I'm saying, and her family's there, his family's there. But let me just play one of these real quick. Let me play this one. This is short, you see.
Even though it's my birthday, get her a little something, right? Well, happy life, bullshit, you know what I'm saying? You got something for me?
I'm really hurt.
It's funny, the last time I did this, I was wearing this same shirt and my Uncle Sonny's cufflinks. Pretty ironic.
I did. Make sure. You have me shaking. What's going on?
Where'd you go, man?
He flipped it on you saying, it's a flip. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to be nice. I tried to be nice.
Just this one. You want to wear this? It's pretty. Well, it's beautiful. Pretty good for a fireman, right? But,
can I have it?
Yeah, I fucking know everything. That's right, bitch. I know everything. I didn't see his skinny little pill thing. I wasn't in.
What?
I know about all the Plan B pills you had to take, you filthy fucking cunt.
What is happening?
Fuck you. I fucking know, bitch. Yeah, that's right. I fucking know everything. Don't act like you don't fucking know. I fucking hate you. I never hated my life, but I fucking hate you. I hate what you did to me, the betrayal. I hate you more than my children. You know exactly who it is. You know exactly who it was. Bitch, don't make me fucking show you. I know everything.
I don't know.
Everything.
Uncle Benny.
I hate what you did to my children, the life you fucking stole from them. You want me to show them? I'll show them everything. You sure you want that? I don't think you fucking do. You know who it is.
Are we sure? What the fuck is that? Of course he knows. He knows. He knows. Why am I sleeping?
Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Show them the life you fucking stole from them. You want me to show them? I'll show them everything. You sure you want that? I don't think you fucking do. You know who it is. Are we sure?
It's fake, right?
Fuck you. I don't give a
It was
fuck.
for the first couple minutes.
Hey, listen. Whatever here still backs this piece of shit after all that, get the fuck out. This is my goddamn party. Play that. You know,
So they said the birthday party became a divorce party. He was like, shit, y'all, hey, anybody back in this bitch? Get the fuck out. But I wanted to point out the fact that, again, something that I kind of, again, the Lord's ways are higher than our ways. So he gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments for a reason. Because you using Plan B pills, that means that you letting this nigga hit raw. You don't know who else he's hitting raw. You don't know if he's hitting a man raw or a man hitting him raw. You don't know these days. He could have anything. You coming back to the crib, you kissing your kids in the mouth, you slobbing on this thing. Come on, bro. Anyway. And then, like I said again, let me get this one. Proverbs chapter 6. And this could go both ways. Now, this could go for the husband, but this can also go for the other man that she's dealing with. Verse 32, Proverbs 6 and 32, it says, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So that would be the guy that she's dealing with. But let's just say he didn't know. Which a lot of these days, they do know. You know what I'm saying? Unless she was just, because she could be slick enough to, to go with the Plan B, all this other bullshit without this guy knowing it. But let's just say this guy didn't know. If he didn't know, then she got his life in danger, her own life in danger, the children's life in danger. Because these people these days, Matthew 24 and 12, it talks about how because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. A lot of people been offing their whole families, man, for less. Motherfucker lose a job and off the whole family. He offering the wife, the kids, the dog, and then himself. So let's get some more. It says, verse 33, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Because he's the only one that's not being put on blast here. It's his family that's at this party, or in her family, that's seeing all this bullshit. It says, verse 34 is the point. For the jealousy is rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. Right? So that jealousy, that rage of a man could be very, very detrimental, man. Because again, let's just say the guy on the other end, he's jealous. He don't know what's up. He's probably thinking like, okay, this my, even if he probably found out, okay, this bitch is married. A lot of these dudes, they not gonna look at the fact, okay, this bitch is a whore. They gonna, they so entangled, they're going to do something to the husband. They're not gonna just back up. So either way, it could have been diseases. Obviously, if she's doing the Plan B thing, she's letting this nigga bust in her. So it goes a lot further than, it's just, but when I went into the comment boards of the article, that's what made me want to actually, do this lesson. So let's get some of these comments from some of these chicks. I mean, it's kind of half, well, I can't even say half and half. Most of the women are basically like, he was an imbecile for doing it the way that he done it, this, that, and the third. But hey, I say, hey, put that bitch on blast, man. Let the world see the nature of these hoes, man. That internet, man, is doing Esau dirty, and is doing these women dirty, man. Okay, so let me see here. Somebody says, of course, women says, not the better half, but the bitter half. Of course, he's bitter. Trust me, firemen, policemen, doctors, and lawyers have the highest fidelity rate. So let's relax, because this must be paid back. So, okay, well, let's just say this guy. How do you know this guy might have been faithful as fuck? Shit. See, here we go again. Another one. Another baby man that can't regulate his emotions. No wonder she cheated. We women find grown men so much more appealing. See? And somebody says another woman deflecting accountability. Who'd have thought? She could have regulated her emotions. She couldn't have regulated her emotions either. Otherwise, she'd have stayed faithful. See? Yep. No accountability at all. Yep, and these dudes is in here cutting their asses up. It says, oh, look, another deflection. Who'd have thought? Some men do this. Not all men are capable of this. This is made very plain by the men who women will sleep with without requirements and dating app data. Yep. Well, hey, man, the apostle Gabar, he's been going, he was going into this a while back. It says, hey, you can't compete with America and this new age technology, man, and them having the ability to get abroad. According to that, let me get that real quick. Because, see, women have the ability, you know what? I'm trying to think, damn, do I even, let's see here. Let's go into the Apocrypha. This is your problem right here. Feminism, you got Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the wicked running the earth. And you're not going to get nothing but wickedness out of the planet when you have a wicked ruler running the earth. The scriptures actually says that. So this is let's see, Ecclesiastes 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. So if a woman, you know, you can't give a woman that type of freedom, man. She's able to jump in her car and make moves all day. You know, she can tell you that she's doing overtime at work and don't even have to work and go and meet up with a nigga and go and have a whole day with him. You know, you have women, man, that'll go on a lunch break and have everything already planned out, man. They'll go on lunch break with some guy from the job and go and get her goddamn walls beat in, and she'll come right back to work, act like nothing happened, go home, kiss a nigga in the mouth, act like nothing happened. So this is the society that you're living in. This is why you have to just already just be there. Just know that this is a possibility. Matter of fact, it says, let me see, it's another one in here. Where's that one? Slovakia. It's one where it talks about in verse 13. Yeah, it says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Ooh, because that's some wicked shit, man. That's some wicked shit to do, because you know, shit, a firefighter in New Jersey and New York, shit, man, those are very sought out jobs, man. Those jobs are hard to get. I can remember living in New York, man. Those jobs are hard as fuck to get because they're very good, lucrative jobs, and you know, it's a lot of stability with those particular jobs, other than, you know, because it's a lot of danger to having that job, especially in a place like New York where, you know, a lot of high rises and skyscrapers and things of that nature. But it's a lot that goes into the training and I mean, it's a nice paying job, man. Great benefits and shit like that. So, you know, I guess why he's at the spot, you know, because a lot of those, you know, with firefighters, they have to stay over. They may have to do their, you know, I'm not sure how long they stay there, you know, but they have to be on call, this, that, and the third. And probably while he's there, she's probably getting her back blew out. Anyway, it might be in chapter 26. Let me see. Yep, it is right here. Ecclesiastes 26 and chapter 26 and verse 10. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. Watch over her with an imputed eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. So you're supposed to watch over your daughters, man, because, man, look, man. These little mamas is motherfucking devious, boy, from a young age. And we all know that. And some of you women might be listening to this video, and I know you can remember back shit you was doing when you was 12, 13. Probably even younger than that with some of these. You're just out here slut bucketing it from I remember this one chick, man, used to go to our school. Boy. She was only 13, man, but she was slobbing off everybody. And it was, matter of fact, it was like well, I would say like a mid-school / high school. And she was, you know, she was dealing with all the high school dudes, man. And they was doing her all kinds of dirty. And she was from New Jersey. That's crazy. That's the crazy part. She was from New Jersey because it was like a boarding school that we went to, you know. And man, that little chick, man, the reputation that she had, oh my. But it says, watch over, verse 11 again, watch over her with an imputed eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. So, and we're not to marvel at the fact that they when they do that shit, you just got to chalk it up as, okay, why get yourself in trouble? You have to really, catch that wrath. You have to really catch that anger, man, because it says that anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Why would you do something foolish over a bitch like that? Because you're just going to go to jail, or you're going to go into a grave, or you're going to, it's just not going to turn out right. Best thing you can do is calmly grab your things if you stay with her and get the fuck on, or shit, just look. Just pick you a spot in the house, man, and just go. Have you a lock put on that motherfucking door, and just when you come home, you just go into that room and not even deal with that bitch until she either leaves or you get to a point where you're situated to leave. Don't even trip on it. Because matter of fact, those laws out there are a little bit different in New York, and let me get a little piece of the article where it was talking about, because they actually still live together, from what this article is saying. So I'm just going to jump. Here she go right here. Fucking crazy, bro. But hey, you taking a chance getting married in America. It just is what it is, man. Somebody in the comment boards, they mentioned that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, bro. Here you go. The guy that's on the side, he's just getting the pussy for nothing. So you might as well just get the pussy for nothing. Why would you get married to a bitch like that can take half of your shit, put you through the ringer, and go through all this bullshit? Man, you crazy, bro. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because some of these bitches do be looking real good, but because this is not a bad looking chick. You can kind of see her little silhouette on her body. She kind of decent looking, look like she may have a decent shape. But man, not worth it, bro. The ones with that look like this, these are the ones. And not to mention, hell, the ugly ones. The ugly ducklings are out here causing them all kinds of problems. And she thought she was getting an upgraded ring. That nigga slipped her and got his damn ring back out of that bitch. And she looked like she was having a hard time getting it off, so she was probably fucking with his ring on. Crazy. Letting another nigga blast her ass, man, with the ring on. I'm trying to see this part. Yep, it says, okay, it says they're still living under the same roof, but they will not be working things out. An insider close to the couple told the Post. Not happening, the source told the Post. He's got too much respect for himself to do that, but that's kind of dangerous to actually be in a house with somebody that feels that way about you. You should be most definitely. Where your homegirl at that was in the pink that ran up there and defended you and that knew? You know that bitch knew. Why you not staying with her? You think out of your safety, the family that got up and left with you, they would have said, hey, come with us. Come stay at our house because it's not safe for you to be there with him. Where the fuck, or how the fuck is she still at the house with this dude? Crazy, bro. It says possession is 9/10 of a law right. He won't budge from there until a judge makes a decision about who's gonna get what. And I don't blame him shit other than she did attack him though, because I would have had that bitch arrested. He could have actually had her arrested because she did attack him. I'd have had that bitch arrested, had a restraining order put on her ass, and she wouldn't be able to come back to the house anyway. So he really didn't play it smart. He didn't go all out. I'd have went all out with that bitch. Straight up. I'd have called the police right when she assaulted me in front of all these people. And it's on camera. They wouldn't have had no choice but to have given him a restraining order, for the protection of his life. And if not, I would have sued the state of New Jersey or wherever this happened. Because if it was the woman on the other side, if this man had attacked her, like how she attacked him, he would have clearly went to jail. So it's a double standard in Esau's kingdom. And this is why, the apostles always say, hey, you got to be careful when you get going off into a marriage with these women in America and having children with these women in America. It's not worth it, man. We're just waiting on Isaiah 4:1 to roll around, Matter of fact, I'll get that. Isaiah 4:1. We're waiting on this, and this is going to come from the Lord. This is what we're waiting on. We're patiently and faithfully waiting on the Lord to change things around. Okay, so it says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So we're waiting on this day where things get so bad where bitches not going to be able to run around out here and look the way that they looking. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be, matter of fact, they're going to be hiding in their house to keep from being spotted, to keep some guy from snatching their asses up and ravishing them. Because that's where this place is leading to. Chaos and destruction. All doom. That's where it's leading to. There's going to come a point where you women are not going to be able to call 911 no more. You know? Because it's going to be, and matter of fact, the scriptures talks about how precious a man is going to be. A man of the Lord is going to be, roughly paraphrasing, in that day. Because you have to realize all these wars that's going on. See, things are kind of a little settled right now. But it's going to come a point where, hey, all these motherfuckers, these dudes here in America, they're going to be shipped over there to fight overseas. And that's going to be throughout the world. They're going to be sent over there to fight on behalf of Israel. And them dudes not coming back. They're not going to be able to, they're not coming back. And then as you can see right now, it's a lot of shit that's going on right now where women are struggling. So you think that a woman like this right here that, you know, she got children, she got a family, she got of course this guy had to have some love for her the way he was acting, you know, but he's got a decent job. You know, I'm sure you're on his insurance. You know, the kids are on his insurance. He's taking care. I'm sure he's got to be taking care of the household type of deal. It didn't say where she work at or what she might be doing. But a woman like that, you know, she's going to wish that she still had that man. Because I think he's 40 years old. She's 33, which is a little bit of a, you know, and that's about average. That's really normal, you know what I'm saying, for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because the man generally, he ancient days, he would have been older than the woman anyway. You know, but I'm guessing she's just out here. 33 though, you making them kind of decisions. It's kind of like you think that you be past that. You know, you think that you had your slut years in your 20s, your teens and your 20s, and by the time you hit that age, 33, you still out here stepping out on your man or on a husband? We ain't talking about no boyfriend here, which you shouldn't even be doing that either. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a husband where you got a family. So now this guy, he got to go back and check and see if his kids are his. See all that stuff? Now, let's just say he go back and he find out that one of the kids not his. Because it did say kids. It didn't say how many. But let's just say one of those children are not his. That's going to make that fucking dude wig out. And you stand in the house with him still? Crazy, bro. But I don't blame him for not leaving. You know, but I definitely would have called the police. As soon as she assaulted me at my birthday party, I would have had a drink to that bitch being shoved into the back of a squad car. And I'd have had that motion set on her ass for I need a restraining order, y'all. I don't feel safe in my person with this bitch. I don't feel safe. And that would have been that. Bitch, you can't come back to the house. I'd have had custody of my children. And I'd have put that bitch on child support. I'd have put that bitch through everything. Because he had the grounds to do so. If he had the evidence that he was talking about, and then she assaulted him, he could have ran with that just like that, man. Now, somebody might say to me, oh, man, that's a bitch move. That's some nigga. That's what bitches do. Well, that bitch would do it to you. And to be on the safe side, you have to be, you know, you have to handle and hold yourself down, man, as a man in this society, man. Because it's not what it used to be. You can run around here with that, you know, well, she a woman and I'm the man. But fuck that, man. These bitches acting like men. They're doing conniving, manly ass, Edomite shit. You better protect yourself, man. Anyway, I'm going to end out there. I do pray that this lesson was edifying. I just wanted to touch on the fact that you see these comments and these women in these comments. You can clearly see, man, that there's no accountability in this place. And you know, that comes from the so-called white man on down. Because that scripture does say, like, how the rulers are, so are the people, you know? And this man is not accountable for nothing. You know, he's giving the power to these women. The women have far more power than men in this country. That's why I'm saying protect yourselves, fellas. Yep, here you go, another one. Spoken like a little boy who has no dignity. Well, what was the dignity with this bitch? While she was using the plan B. Right? What was her dignity? It says, I get it, he's hurt and angry. No, well, obviously you don't. But to make your business a public affair, well, she made it a public affair when she left her house to do that. Or she was probably getting banged right in this man's bed. Yeah, you need to be put on blast. Because guess what? In the ancient days, if you done that, everybody would have knew. You know why they would have knew? Because that bitch would have been getting stoned along with the adulterer. That was the ancient times. And I'm willing to bet you these people will tell you they Christians. It says, but to make it a business and public affairs completely classless. Well, it's not classless that she would step out on him. You obviously not using no protection while he's busting you. That's disgusting, bro. It says airing the dirty laundry. Well, you don't think that dirty box wasn't being aired out? Come on. I'm siding with the wife. Of course you're siding with the wife because you're an American. You're into feminism. And if the roles were reversed, I'm willing to bet you this bitch would be backing the wife still. Yeah, girl, I would have put him on blast too. Says not all cheering is wrong, but so are his actions in dealing with this. No, I love it. Because like I said again, in the ancient world, everyone in the whole goddamn town would have knew. Everybody in that suburb would have knew about this bitch's adultery because she would have been dead. And somebody says a revenge is a best served cold. And you are siding with the wife because you condemned his actions but didn't condemn hers. Yeah, exactly. Then she comes back. Cheating is wrong, but what is just is wrong. But what is just is wrong in public humiliation. Fuck out of here. And cheering was supposed to say cheating. I'm sorry I didn't invest 10 minutes in writing a big... Well, you wrote this big-ass essay on how cheating is bad. No, I'm not siding with the wife as I have been cheated on, and I know how it feels. 7-year relationship worth... Oh, fuck out of here, bitch. Nobody will hear that shit. Anyway, somebody says, notice all the females in the comments are more upset at the man exposing his wife's infidelity than the infidelity itself. Yup. And just speaks of their lives' evil nature. And hive mind mentality and trying to displace the truth and shame the man. Yep. Hey, well, we can end out there. So I prayed that's why I wanted to do the lesson, because I'm looking at the comments like, well, goddamn, where's the real bitches that's like, yeah, bitch, you nasty. You nasty. You got the whole family in danger. You know, just nasty. Anyway, with that, shalom.